Working on a new artist right now, Brian Lay. Just started working like very recently. He's got some very cool stuff, cool style, a little different, very contemporary, I think, and learning Pro Tools somewhere along the way. Well, other than I think it's one of the better things that I've ever done, production-wise and music-wise. And, you know, there's songs on there for everybody. That's Dave Mason, and there's a couple of things on there that are, but that's just not because I wanted to do them. I just don't want to be totally stuck in one thing. I think it's a really great record. It's just unfortunate that the radio is, and that aspect of everything is so screwed up that it can't get, you know, everybody says, well, the internet, but the fact is radio is still a very powerful tool, and it's still there, and it's in everybody's car, and everybody listens to it at some point in the day. It's just radio and its format and the days of when, you know, there was a DJ, there was a station. This is part of why I think a lot of people, you know, in their 40s and up gravitate towards talk radio, because there's somebody actually there. It's not just some, you know, here, stick a card in for half an hour and there's your radio show. Cool, well, what's the second half going to be like? Well, it's going to be just like the first half of the show. The thing is, I can't get played. Nobody's going to know that I've got a new album out. If it was 25 years ago, 30 years ago, there would still be some great FM stations, and it would go, you know, and they'd be playing the crap out of it. And people would know, and then they get, you know, the option to go, I really like that or I don't like it. Because there's some great stuff on there. But it's never going to get heard, unfortunately, because of that. And then the other part is the media aspect of it, too, is that I can't, you know, unless you're, you know, you would kind of think that somebody with my cachet and background would be able to do a Leno or a Letterman or something like that. They don't want to know. So I have a whole media block going on, and plus, and part of it is as they'll keep saying, and is part of it is the age, but I mean, I got 15-year-old kids in my audiences around the country, and they're like, "Wow, man, that was great." What was that? It's new for them. They don't know. And there's a lot of, I mean, and there's, so it's very demographically orientated, you know. It's not about, it ain't about the music anymore. It is, in reality, about the music, because in the end, that's what people are going to buy if they like it. It's just that it's just the steps to getting there to reach the audience are just, it's you know, unless I, you know, go out and, you know, maybe I should smash into a lamppost outside the police station in Malibu or something and just, or do something. You say I got to do that just to go, oh, hi, cool, there's that guy. Yeah, what are you doing, by the way, these days? As they're taking you off in handcuffs and get some press. I don't know, man, but that's been my observation. I mean, there's classic rock radio. They don't play any new, it doesn't matter that you have a new album out, they don't play it. They'll play it once. You know, and then you got the other AC format, and you gotta go. It's just, yeah. So it is what it is, and that's that. And the album's done, and I made it mostly and started it for my own amusement anyway. It just got, you know, it started growing and growing, and I did it over about a 6-year period, just on and off. And then finally, these people in Chicago wanted to put it out, which was, you know, because there really was nowhere else nobody else wanted it. So it just became, you know, it was just like, a dead brick wall. Yeah, my friend and I, John Nekresh, and another fellow named Teddy Knapp. John started a charity about a year and a half ago because he was looking, so there was, you know, helping vets transition from coming out of the service and coming back, and finishing their service and coming back into civilian life. There was even though they've been trained in the military for whatever, it was still hard to get the opportunity or whatever to transition into a business. So he came up with giving them the tools that they needed. And it started out with him giving away his old lobster boat, because he's a lobster guy up in Mystic, Connecticut. And so he gave his first boat away. And so there was a couple of injured vets who now are in the lobster business with a lobster boat. And then that turned into another boat, Teddy came in, and he has a computer company, laptop company basically. They refurbish laptops. And so we try to give them the tools they need to get into a business and start a business. With a portion of it, a small portion of it, if they start to be successful and they start to work, some of it flows back into into the charity to, keep the whole thing rolling. And that's essentially what we do. And it's basically there are a number of, it's amazing. To me personally, the government doesn't do anywhere near enough for people that put on the uniform and put their lives on the line, and especially for those that come back who are disabled in some way. To me, bottom line, someone like that should be taken care of for the rest of their life. Basic needs, you know what? Here's your house, here's your thing, here's your stuff, here's something to live on. It's like a no-brainer to me. So there's a lot of public-spirited people who understand the role and the importance of the military, and it's just, you don't want to think about it all the day, but as somebody once said, the price of freedom is constant vigilance, and it's true. So, and without those people protecting our peace and our way of life, like a Marine said to me at a Toys for Tots thing, he said, man, he said, I was stuck in a foxhole with just me and another guy, and we had 2 tapes with us. One was the Jimi Hendrix tape, and one was Alone Together. He said, so you just keep on making the music, man, and I'll be right here. So, that's the bottom line. So, I'm very passionate about it. If anybody's interested, it's Work Vessels for Vets is what it's called. You can go to workvesselsforvets.org. Please take a look at it so we can get more guitars. You know what? I don't really, what I'm listening to is what I'm doing, pretty much. I don't, I don't listen radio. If I'm in the car, it's the only place to listen to it, because there is no radio here in this house, except for if you want to go on the internet. But even here, we're a little third world. We have to get our internet from the satellite, so it's not exactly, bandwidth isn't great. But anyway, so mostly, I listen to talk radio, to be honest with you. The music, I'm out on the road so much. I'm playing music, and I'm, I don't really keep up too much with what's happening. Maybe I should, but I don't. For young musicians, well, a bunch of stuff. Make sure you got some good friends around you. Make sure that you got a little business savvy going on. And, follow your dream, I suppose, and just, if you want it bad enough.